Good evening and welcome. Tonight's story takes you in off a dark and rainy road, into the warm hall of the inn, where your wet boots are set by the fire to steam. A hot supper waits, and a small candlelit room is already made up for you at the top of the stair. You have come a long way through the wet to be here, and now you have arrived. There is nothing more to walk toward you, are looked after now. If you drift off before the candle is even out, that is exactly right, and the story will go on warming the room without you. Settle in now. Let the bed take your weight. Let your hands grow heavy on the blanket. Let your shoulders come down away from your ears. There is nowhere left to go tonight but down into sleep, and you may begin to go there whenever you like. Before the story begins, let yourself settle. There is nothing you need to do with your body except let it be heavy. The bed is holding you. You do not need to help. Take a slow breath in, through your nose, gentle and unhurried. Hold it for a moment soft at the top, and let it go, slowly all the way out. A little longer than the breath that came in. Again, breathe in, easy and low, the way you breathe when no one is watching, and out, long and slow, letting your shoulders sink as the breath leaves. One more. In. Gently, and out, slowly, and as the breath goes, let your jaw soften, let your hands uncurl, let the weight of the day drain down through the mattress and away. Now let your breathing find its own pace. You do not need to guide it anymore. It knows what to do. It has always known. Every breath from here is one step further into rest. You come up the last of the road in the rain, and the lamp over the inn door finds you through the wet. It is a soft yellow lamp, hung in a little iron bracket, and the rain falls through its light in long, gentle threads. You have been walking a long while in the dark, and your coat is heavy with water, and the lamp ahead is the warmest thing in the world. You walk toward it. The gravel of the yard is wet under your boots, washed clean and shining, the small stones gleaming where the light touches them, and the door is just there under the lamp, and it opens for you. You step in out of the rain, and the rain stops touching you. That is the first thing. The cold, wet air closes behind you, shut out by the door, and the warm air of the hall comes up around you instead. Wood smoke and supper and old timber, and it folds over you like a held coat. You stand on the worn flagstones just inside, and you breathe in, and you are out of the weather now. You are out of the weather. The door has a good latch, an old iron latch worn smooth by many hands, and it is closed, and the rain is on the other side of it. For a moment you only stand there and feel the change of it. Out on the road the rain had got everywhere, into your collar and down your back and into your sleeves, a cold that had crept into you mile by mile. Here it cannot reach you. The hall is long and low and dim, with dark beams overhead and a stone floor underfoot, and somewhere down at the far end a fire is burning, and the gold of it lies along the floor toward you, a long warm ribbon of light reaching almost to your wet boots. The cold begins to loosen its hold. You feel it begin to let you go. The innkeeper comes to meet you with a candle, unhurried, glad of you. There you are, the innkeeper says. You've had a wet walk of it. Come in by the fire, and a warm hand is laid for a moment on your dripping shoulder, steering you gently down the length of the hall toward the light at the far end, where a fire is burning low and orange in a wide stone hearth. You go down the hall slowly, and the warmth grows the nearer you come to it. You pass a long settle of dark wood, polished by years of leaning backs, with a folded blanket left over its arm. You pass a row of pegs by the wall, some with coats and hats already hung and drying, the coats of others who came in out of the weather before you and are warm somewhere now. You pass a tall old clock in the corner, its face dim and its pendulum swinging slow behind a little glass door, ticking out the seconds in a low, even voice that has counted out a great many quiet evenings in this room and will go on counting them while you sleep. You let the coat be taken from your shoulders. It is lifted away, heavy with rain, and hung on a peg by the fire where it can drip onto the stones and dry. Without it, you feel lighter, and the warmth reaches you better. Your jersey is dry beneath, mostly, only damp at the collar, and the fire warmth begins to find you through it, working in at your back and your sides, loosening the set of your shoulders. Then you sit, in a low chair drawn close to the hearth, and you bend and unlace your boots. The laces are wet and swollen and your fingers are cold, but they come loose, and you ease the boots off one and then the other, and your feet come out of them in their damp socks into the warm air. The innkeeper takes the boots from you and sets them by the fire, tipped toward the heat on their sides, where already a faint steam begins to lift from the wet leather and curl up into the firelight. You watch the steam rise off your boots. It is a small thing, and you cannot look away from it. The leather is dark with rain along the toes, and the heat is drawing the wet up, out of it slowly, in a thin pale thread of steam that wanders up and is gone. They are drying. By morning they will be warm all through and dry, and you do not have to do anything for that to happen. You only have to sit here and watch the steam rise, while the fire does its slow work on the leather. Your wet socks you peel off too, and you set your bare feet on the warm stone of the hearth, close to the fire but not too close, and the warmth comes up through the soles of your feet and you sigh. There is an old peg rug spread before the hearth, soft and worn, the colors of it gone gentle with the years, and you draw your feet onto it. The cold that the road had put into your feet melts away into the warmth of the floor. You wiggle your toes in the heat. Such a small good thing, to have warm, dry feet again, and you had not known how cold they were until now. The fire is built of split logs gone to a deep, glowing orange, settled low in their bed of ash. Now and then one of them shifts a little, with a soft sound, and a few sparks lift and fade. The heat comes off it in a wide, even warmth that you can feel on your shins and on your face, and it pushes the last of the road's cold up and out of you. You hold your hands toward it. The cold goes out of your fingers. The cold goes out of your wrists. The cold goes out of the backs of your hands, and the firelight shines through the edges of them, rosy and warm. You turn your hands over slowly in the heat, palm and then back, the way a body does before a fire without being told to, soaking the warmth up first into one side and then the other. The firelight lies warm along your face, along your cheek and your brow, and your eyes grow easy and half-lidded in it. The chair beneath you is deep and low and made for sitting in a long time, its arms worn pale where a great many hands have rested, and you rest yours there too. Your back, which had been held tight against the cold of the road all the long way here, lets go by slow degrees against the warm chair, one small holding at a time, until it is not holding at all, only resting, only warm. There is a cat asleep on the warm stone at the side of the hearth, a soft gray cat curled into itself, paws tucked under, its sides rising and falling slow and even. It does not stir for you. It has the best place in the house, and it knows it, close to the warmth where the floor is always warm, and it sleeps on through the evening as it has slept through 100 evenings. You watch it breathe for a while. It is a good thing to watch, the slow, easy breathing of a creature that is perfectly safe and perfectly warm, and your own breath begins to go the same gentle way without your asking it to. On a hook beside the hearth, there hangs a copper kettle, gone a soft dark gold with age and the smoke of many fires, and it sits a little off the heat where the water in it stays warm without ever coming to the boil. Now and then it gives the smallest sound, a low contented tick of warm metal, and a faint thread of steam wanders from its spout and is lost in the warmer air above the fire. It is the sound of a house with nothing to do but keep you, a kettle kept warm against the chance that someone might want a hot drink, and that someone is you, and you already have your drink. And so the kettle only sits and ticks and keeps its small warmth to itself, asking nothing. Behind you, the rain is on the windows. You can hear it, soft and steady, running down the dark glass in the warm room, and the sound of it makes the inside warmer still. It is a long, gentle rain, the kind that settles in for the night, and you are not out in it. You are here by the fire with your boots steaming, and the rain can fall as long as it likes against the glass. It only makes the fire kinder. The warmth of the hall has a smell to it that you breathe in slowly, and it is the smell of a place that has been warm for a very long time. There is the wood smoke of the fire, sweet and resin-edged. There is the smell of the supper that was cooked and the bread that was baked, soft and brown and still hanging in the air. There is the old smell of the timber overhead, of polish rubbed into dark wood year on year, of wool and of warm stone. It is a settled smell, a kept smell, the smell of indoors on a wet night, and with every breath of it the road behind you grows fainter, and the warm room grows more wholly the only place there is. You lean your head back against the chair. The room comes slowly into the edges of your seeing as the firelight steadies you. There are old prints on the walls, gone soft and brown with age and wood smoke, of fields and horses and quiet harbors, the kind of pictures you do not need to look at closely. There is a tall, dark dresser with plates standing in it, catching the firelight along their rims, so that a line of soft gold runs along each one. There is a low ceiling close above, crossed by a great smoke-darkened beam, and you could almost reach up and lay your hand on it. Everything here is old and worn and warm, and has sheltered many travelers before you on many wet nights, and now it shelters you. You let your shoulders settle. You let yourself be held by the warm old room. On the mantel above the fire, there are small things set in a row, the way such things gather over the years. A little brass candlestick, polished dull and gold, a blue jug with nothing in it, a small clock that does not keep time, stopped long ago at some forgotten hour, and no one minds it. A few smooth stones brought in from somewhere and kept. The firelight moves over all of them, warm and low, and they throw small soft shadows up the wall behind, leaning and settling as the flames move. You let your eyes rest along the row of them and ask nothing of any of it. The innkeeper brings you supper on a tray and sets it on a small table at your elbow, where you need not get up for it. There is a bowl of soup, thick and pale and steaming, and a thick slice of brown bread with butter, and a mug of something hot. Eat, the innkeeper says. You'll feel a different thing with that in you, and then you're left to it, quietly, in the firelight. You take up the spoon. The soup is hot, and the first taste of it goes down into you and spreads, a warmth that reaches places the fire could not. It is a plain good soup, leeks and potato and a little cream, with a little pepper in it and a softness of butter on the top, and you eat it slowly, one warm spoonful and then another, and with each one the long cold walk falls further behind you. You tear the bread and dip it and eat that too. The butter is soft. The crust is good, a little chewy with a smell of the oven still about it. You are warm inside now and warm outside, and the rain runs down the window. When the bowl is empty, there is a small dish set beside it. A little dish of stewed apple, soft and sweet and faintly spiced, gone amber with cooking, and you eat that slowly with a small spoon, a little at a time. It is sweet and warm, and there is all the time in the world for it. You scrape the last of it from the dish, and you set the spoon down, and you sit back, and you are full now, full and warm, and the long road is a great way behind you. You wrap both hands around the hot mug and hold it. It is a sweet, warm drink, milk and honey and something spiced, a little cinnamon, a little clove, and the heat of the mug goes into your palms. You do not drink it all at once. You hold it and you sip it, and you let the steam rise into your face, warm and sweet against your cheeks and your closing eyes. Your eyes have grown heavy in the firelight. The room is very warm. Your full belly is warm. You could sleep here in the chair, and very nearly you do. Your head sinking a little, the mug warm in your two hands. The fire sinks lower as you sit there, the logs falling in on themselves with soft, small sounds, the orange deepening to red, the heat growing gentler and steadier. A clock ticks somewhere down the hall. The rain runs on the glass. The cat breathes by the hearth. And you sit in the middle of all these soft sounds with a warm mug in your hands, doing nothing, needing to do nothing, while the warmth of the whole evening gathers slowly around you and over you like a second blanket laid down without a sound. When the supper is done, the innkeeper comes and takes the tray away and sees the heaviness in your eyes and smiles. "Bed for you," the innkeeper says. "I've a room ready up the stair, warm and waiting, and a candle is lit for you from the fire, a stub of candle in a little tin holder, and the small flame stands up steady and yellow, and the innkeeper hands it to you so that the warm bit of light is yours to carry." You rise from the chair, slow and warm, and your boots stay by the fire to go on drying through the night. In your socks, you cross the warm flagstones, and you follow the candle and the innkeeper toward the foot of the stair, where the firelight does not quite reach, and the candle takes over, throwing its soft, round glow on the old dark wood. You pass the long settle again and the tall clock with its slow swinging pendulum, and the row of drying coats, and you come to the bottom of the stair where a worn newel post stands, rubbed smooth and pale on top by a great many hands resting on it just here, just at this turning on their slow way up to bed. As you pass the foot of the stair, there is a low doorway open into the kitchen, and the warmth of it reaches out into the hall. A lamp is turned down low in there, a small steady flame behind smoked glass, and by its light you can see the great dark range with its fire banked low for the night, and a long scrubbed table and bowls set ready on a shelf for the morning. The smell of the bread is strongest here, warm and floury and good, and there is a faint smell of milk and of wood smoke, and a cloth laid over something left to rise. It is a kitchen at the end of its day, warm and clean and quiet, everything put away, and tomorrow's bread already begun, and you pass it by and let it keep its warm quiet to itself. You go up the stairs slowly. It is an old stair, narrow, with a worn rope for a rail, and each step is dished in the middle where many feet have gone up before you, on many rainy nights, to many warm beds. The candle goes ahead and the shadows lean and swing gently on the plaster walls, and the rain is a soft sound now beyond the thick old walls, far off and harmless. Up one step and then the next. There is no need to rush up an old stair. The bed is waiting, and it will wait. The wood of the stair is smooth and cool under your hand on the worn rope, and the steps give a low, friendly creak beneath you, here and there. The sound an old house makes settling around the people it keeps warm. The candle's small light goes with you, a warm, round glow that moves up the wall as you move, and beyond its edge the dark is soft and untroubling. There are more prints along the stairwell, dim in the candlelight, a ship at anchor in a still bay, a lane between hedges, a window with the curtains drawn, and you pass them by without looking, and they keep their quiet places on the wall. Halfway up there is a small landing, and a window in the thick wall, deep set, with a wide worn sill. The rain runs down it in the dark, and beyond the glass there is nothing to see but the wet night, and a far blur of the lamp below throwing its yellow on the falling rain. You pause there a moment with your candle, and the warmth of the house is all around you, and the cold of the night is shut outside the glass, and you are exactly between on the warm landing going up. Then you go on. Up you go, slow and warm, toward the small door at the top. At the top, a low door, and the innkeeper opens it for you, and there is your room. It is small, and it is warm, and it is yours for the night. A little fire of its own has been lit in a small grate and burned down to a red glow, just enough to take the chill from the room, and the warmth meets you in the doorway. There is the candle set on the washstand. There is the bed. You step in, and you look slowly round the little room, and there is nothing in it that is not gentle. The walls are plain, washed a soft pale color gone warm in the firelight. The ceiling slopes down low on one side, following the line of the roof, so the room tucks itself in under the eaves like something kept safe. There is a washstand with a white jug standing in a white basin and a folded towel over the rail. There is a low chair with a blanket folded on its seat. There is a small chest under the window with a candle's worth of light reaching it, and an old print above the bed of a hill and a few sheep and a great deal of soft sky. It is a room that asks nothing of you. It has been made ready and it is waiting, and now you are in it. You go to the washstand and you look at the white jugs standing in the white basin, both of them old and a little chipped at the rims, painted long ago with a thin blue line around the edge that has worn nearly away. The jug holds water for the morning, cool and clear, and a little of the firelight catches in the curve of it. The folded towel hangs soft on the rail. You pour a little of the water and you wash your hands and your face, and the cool of it is good against your warm skin, and you dry them on the soft towel, and that small thing is done, the last small thing of the day, and there is nothing after it but the bed. Under the window there is a low chest, dark wood with a worn lid. The kind of chest that has stood in a room like this for 100 years, holding spare blankets and a candle or two, and not much else. On its lid someone has left a folded quilt for the cold of the small hours, should you want it, and a stub of spare candle, and a little dish to set a ring in or a coin or whatever a traveler carries in a pocket. The window seat above it is worn smooth, a good place to sit and watch the rain, though you will not sit there now. You only see that it is there, and that it is kind, and you let your eyes move on. "Good night, then," the innkeeper says softly. "Sleep as long as you like. There's no one will wake you." And the door is drawn gently to, the latch settling with a small, soft click, and the innkeeper's footsteps go away down the stair, growing softer, growing further, until they are gone, and you are alone in the small warm room with the rain on the window and the fire glowing low. The innkeeper had been up before you can tell, for the room is all made ready. The bed is turned down at one corner in a neat soft fold. The fire is lit and burned to its gentle glow. The water is in the jug, and the towel is on the rail, and the candle is set where your hand will find it. Someone has thought of you, ahead of you, and made the small warm room kind before you ever climbed the stair, and there is nothing left for you to ready or to set right. It is all done. It was done before you came. You have only to be here and to rest. The window is a small one, deep set in the thick wall, and the rain runs down its dark panes. You stand and watch it a moment. Each drop gathers at the top and slides down, wandering, joining others, sliding on, while beyond the glass the night is black and wet and far away. You are on the warm side of the glass. You pull the curtain half across, an old curtain, soft and faded, and it slides along its rod with a low whisper, and the rain becomes only a sound, a soft running murmur all around the eaves of the inn. The little fire in the grate settles as you stand there, a small log breaking softly, and sending up a slow lift of sparks that fade against the dark of the chimney. The light of it moves on the low-sloped ceiling, warm and orange and dim, swaying a little and then going still. The room holds the warmth in close under its low roof. You can smell the wood smoke, faint and sweet, and the old clean smell of the linen, and under it all the far green smell of the rain coming in around the edges of the window, cool and washed, mixing gently with the warmth of the room. You stand a moment by the little grate and look into the low red heart of it. The fire here is a small one, built for a small room, burned now to a bed of glowing embers with a single flame wandering low over them, blue at its foot and gold above. The warmth comes up off it gentle and steady, just enough, and the chimney draws with a low, soft breath, taking the smoke quietly up and away into the wet dark. Somewhere far above, the rain falls on the roof and runs down into the gutters, and none of it comes near the fire, and the fire knows nothing of it, and burns on low and warm in its small iron grate, as though the night were made only of warmth. You turn back the covers of the bed. There are good blankets, and a quilt, and clean, cool sheets, and at the foot of the bed, when you reach in, your hand finds a warmth. A stone bottle has been put there, wrapped in flannel, hot, warming the bed for you while you ate your supper. The innkeeper thought of it. The bed is already warm where it will most want to be warm, down at your feet, and you have only to get into it. You undress slowly in the low firelight, and you get into the bed. The sheets are cool for one moment against your warm skin, and then they begin to take your warmth and give it back. Your feet find the wrapped warmth of the stone bottle and rest against it, and the heat spreads up from there through the cool sheets, up your legs, up into you. You lie back on the pillow. You let the blankets settle over you. You let the bed take your weight. The pillow is deep and soft, and it gives beneath your head, and the blankets are heavy in the good way, a gentle weight lying over you all the length of your body. You turn a little onto your side, the way you like, and the bed turns warm with you, holding the shape of you. The quilt is an old patchwork one, soft with washing, made of a great many small squares of cloth in faded colors, and you draw it up to your chin. Above you the low ceiling slopes, and the firelight from the small grate moves on it, slow and orange and dim. You are tucked in, deep and warm, in a small room at the top of an old inn, with the rain on the window. Under your head there is a deep pillow, and behind it a long bolster, and they hold your head and your neck just so, soft and high and easy, so that there is no weight anywhere in you that the bed is not already carrying. Your arm lies along the warm sheet. Your knees are drawn up a little, the way you like. The blankets lie over your shoulder and tuck along your back, and the quilt lies over all, and everywhere your body touches the bed is warm, and everywhere the warmth holds you. You let a long, slow breath go out of you, and you sink the smallest bit further into the soft give of it, and the bed takes that too, and holds you lower and warmer still. You lie and you let your eyes go where they will in the dim, warm room. They find the small, bright shapes the fire makes, the red of the grate low down, the soft, moving light along the ceiling. They find the dark hump of the chest under the window, and the pale square of the towel by the washstand, and the faint pale shapes of the sheep in the old print above you, grazing their hill under their wide, soft sky, where it is always a still gray afternoon and nothing ever changes. Your eyes grow heavier with each thing they rest on, and they begin to close of their own accord, and you let them. There is nothing left to look at that you need to see. The bed is warming around you now, slowly, slowly, The cool goes out of the sheets and the warmth comes up, and the warmth from your feet meets the warmth coming down from you, and soon the whole bed is a held warmth, close and soft, with you inside it. The rain runs down the window. The little fire glows low in the grate. You are warm now all through and dry and looked after, and there is nothing left to do. You lie still and you listen to the rain. It runs along the gutters and drips from the eaves and patters soft on the dark glass, a steady, gentle sound that has no end and asks for nothing. You let it wash over you. You are not out in it. You will not be out in it. You are warm in a warm bed at the top of an old inn, and the rain is the kindest sound in the world to fall asleep to. The rain has many small sounds, and you let yourself drift among them. There is the patter on the glass, light and quick. There is the deeper run of water in the gutter along the eave. There is a slow drip somewhere just outside, falling and falling onto a stone, even and unhurried, marking out a quiet that has no need to be measured. And under all of it, the broad, soft hush of the rain on the fields and the roofs and the dark, going on and on, asking nothing of you. You sink a little deeper into the warm bed and you listen, and the listening grows soft and far away. You think, in the soft, drifting way of someone nearly asleep, of all the warm layers there are between you and the wet night. There is the quilt over you, and the blankets, and the cool, smooth sheet gone warm. There is the wrapped stone at your feet, holding its heat. There is the low red fire in the grate, and the thick old wall around the deep-set window, and the half-drawn curtain, and the good roof over it all, with the rain running off it and away. Layer on layer of warmth and shelter, and you down at the heart of it, small and warm and kept, and the rain on the far side of all of it, falling and never once reaching you. Down below you, the rest of the inn settles into its night. The fire in the hall sinks low and the cat sleeps on beside it. The tall clock ticks its slow, even tick in the corner of the empty hall, counting nothing, watching over nothing, only marking the quiet going by. The coats dry on their pegs, your boots dry by the hearth. The whole warm house holds its breath and keeps you, and you need do nothing at all but lie here at the top of it, in the smallest, warmest room, and let it keep you. And still the rain comes down, soft and even, all around the old inn, on the roof and the eaves and the dark, wet yard, on the lane you walked and the fields beyond it, on everything out there in the night that you are no longer out in. It falls and falls, patient and gentle, asking nothing, and the sound of it through the thick wall is the softest sound there is, a long, low hush with no edges to it, the same now as it was an hour ago, and the same as it will be when you are deep asleep. You let it go on without you. You let it carry you under. Your boots are drying by the fire downstairs. You need not think of them. The fire is doing its slow, quiet work, and by morning they will be warm and dry, and that is all already taken care of. There is nothing you need to remember. There is nothing you need to do. The morning will come when it comes, slow and gray and easy, with no one to wake you. The little fire settles in the grate with a soft sound, and the glow of it moves gently on the low ceiling. The warmth of the bed holds you close. Your feet are warm against the wrapped stone. Your shoulders are heavy in the soft pillows. The rain runs down the glass. Each breath you take comes slower than the one before it. The warm air goes in, and the warm air goes out, and the breath grows long and easy, and you do not have to think of it at all. The bed breathes with you, rising and falling soft. The rain breathes on the glass. The whole warm room breathes slow around you in the low orange light, and you're carried along on it, down and down toward sleep. Warm now, all through, dry now, held in the warm bed. The rain on the window, soft and far. There is nothing to do but lie here and be warm. The rain runs down the glass. The fire glows low. The bed holds you, warm and soft. There is nothing to remember now. There is nothing to carry. You set it all down at the door when you came in out of the rain, and it is still down there, and it will keep up. Here there is only the warm bed and the low fire and the soft rain, and you, growing heavier and softer, sinking down. The rain on the glass, the warm dark room, the low gold of the fire, the weight of the quilt over you, gentle and even. There is nothing here that is not soft. There is nothing here that is not warm. You came in out of the rain, and now you are warm. You came a long way, and now you are here, and you can rest. The rain falls and the fire glows, and the bed is warm all around you. Warm and dry and looked after. The rain on the window, the low warm glow, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just the rain, soft on the glass. Just the warmth of the bed. Just the slow low glow of the fire, settling, settling. The rain, the warmth, the quiet. You are warm. You are dry. You are looked after. The rain falls soft and far, and you are here, and you can rest. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Only the warm bed, and the low fire, and the rain. The rain on the glass, soft and far. The bed warm all around you. The fire low and gold. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Warm now, held now, resting now. The rain falls soft and far away. The bed is warm. You are here. Just the rain, just the warmth, just the quiet glow. Warm now, resting now, the rain falling soft and far away. Sleep now. The rain will fall all night, and you are warm, and you are here.